فتح.
وكاميرا دي كمان.
معانا.
طب خلاص تعال.
يلا انا اجي لك. شغال يا باشا.
الفل يا مهندس غريب. هندسة.
مهندس غريب بيعمل الشاي هندسه، بيظبط القعده.
لا والله. حاضر. ازيك يا مهندس احمد؟
ازيك يا هندسه، اخبارك عامل ايه؟ ازي صحتك؟
الله يديك الصحة يا رب، الله يحفظك.
الحمد لله كله تمام.
والله كله تمام الحمد لله. ازي حضرتك عامل ايه؟
الحمد لله والله. الصوت مش عندك؟ الصوت مش ظاهر عند المهندس غريب.
الصوت مش ظاهر ليه؟
الصوت مش عامل ايه؟
هو بيجيبنا انا ليه؟ الكاميرا بتاخد منه.
ده عندك انت. الصوت مش ظاهر ليه يا
المهندس احمد سامعني؟
انا سامعك يا هندسه، انا سامعك كويس.
عصام سامعني؟ الو؟
ايوه كده صوت محمود واصل.
السلام عليكم.
طب
مهندس غريب سامعني؟ Jack, do you hear me? Mr. Renson, do you hear me? يا مهندس عبد المعبود. مهندس عبد المعبود السلام عليكم. مهندس غريب.
ايوه هندسه. صوت واصل.
ابو مهدي بعت لك على الشات بيسلم عليك.
الله يسلم، الله يخليه، منور.
طيب احنا ان شاء الله بالظبط دقيقتين وهنبدا. 2 minutes ان شاء الله we will start. Mr. Jack, do you hear me? Mr. Renson, do you hear me?
I'm joining now. Okay.
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We will start now. Inshallah, today we will discuss the job hazards analysis. As it is the results of our survey we sent for you before in our WhatsApp group. I think it is a very important matter to discuss the job hazards analysis, which is the main basic for our safety management systems if you build or you develop your safety management system. Inshallah, we will discuss today this matter, this job hazards analysis. Job hazards analysis is a very, very important topic to discuss today. We have three lectures in this topic. Firstly, okay, so I will mute all. Okay, so we will discuss this topic today, inshallah, and the next lecture we will discuss next lectures, inshallah, in the next month. We will discuss what is the difference between the job hazards analysis and what is the main difference between the risk and analysis according to occupational health and safety management systems according to ISO 45001. I will give you today only a hint for this topic, and we will discuss in detail, inshallah, in the next month. So this is the job hazards analysis. We will take step by step what is this and how can do this job hazards analysis. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We will share our screen now. Here. As you see here, it is our monthly safety webinar provided by Gulf House Institute. This monthly safety webinar conducted every Saturday, the first Saturday in every month, inshallah. We will take basics of job hazards analysis. The first lecture is determining hazards. And the second lecture, inshallah, will be how can we control these hazards, or how can we reduce these hazards. Okay, first of these topics, we will take today the introduction for the job hazard analysis and identify how can we identify hazards and behaviors, how can we conduct the risk analysis, and how can the risk assessment matrix, how can we develop the steps and describe the hazards in each step, and how to identify hazards. Finally, we will take common hazards and descriptions. Okay, our lecture today, it will be in two sub lectures, each one 45 minutes, and we will have a coffee break for 10 minutes only, inshallah. Okay. Okay, please, if you continue with me, write to me by chat 1. If you continue with me, please write in chat 1. Okay, let's complete. Are you with me, Mr. General Gharib? Are you with me, Mr. Assam? Mr. Abdul Maboud? Okay. Please write to me in chat 1. Okay. So you continue with me. Okay. Why we do this job hazard analysis? If you have your safety management system, write to me yes. If you haven't and you need to build a new safety management system, write to me no. If you have a safety management system in your organization, write to me 1. If you have a safety management system in your organization, please write to me yes. If you haven't and you need to build a new safety management system, please write to me no in chat. I'm waiting you. Mr. Firas, do you have a safety management system or you haven't? Yes or no? Mr. Abdul Maboud. Okay, Mr. Ahmed Abdul Fattah. Mr. Abdul Fattah. Okay, Mr. Amjad Khan, yes. Mr. Okay, Mr. Amjad, Mr. Mahdi, no. Okay. So if you have our safety management systems, please use this lecture to develop your safety management system. If you haven't, please use this lecture to build a safety management, one of the main topic in safety management system. Okay, so why we need a job hazards analysis? Let's make the abbreviation here GHI. Please, we will use one of abbreviation which is GHI. What is the meaning of GHI? Job hazard analysis. Okay, agree with me? We will use a GHI as abbreviation for job hazard analysis. Okay, why we will use? Why we need to use a job hazard analysis? First of all, if you haven't a job hazard safety management system, you should do this, as it is one of the requirements of ISO 45001, which is Occupational Health and Safety Management System. Let's go to the requirement. Okay, this is the standard which is ISO 45001. It is the occupational health management system, occupational health and safety management system. Okay, if you have a management system, so you should build your occupational health and safety management system according to this standard. What is this standard? In clause 6.1.2, which is hazard identification and assessment of risks and opportunities. The 6.1.2.1 is hazard identification. So one of the requirements of 45001 ISO standard is to build this safety management system according to this requirements of standard. According to the requirement of this standard, to risk identification, hazard identification. First of all, you should build a occupational health and safety management system according to ISO 45001, clause number 6.1.2, hazard identification and assessment of risks and opportunities. 6.1.2 and 6.1.1, which is the difference between the hazard identification and 6.1.1 here is the 6.1.1 action to address risks and opportunities. Many of the experts, okay, not a new one or a new guy in safety, experts have a very big problem here, which he can differentiate between risks and opportunities and safety hazards. Okay, this confusion we will solve it inshallah in the next lecture. But now I want to refer why we do the hazard identification. Why we do the hazard identification? According to the safety management systems. Firstly, according to safety management system, okay, which is ISO 45001, which replace USAS 18001. Okay, until this point, are you agree with me? Do you pay attention with me? If you are pay attention with me, please write to me yes. If any confusion, please write to me repeat. Mr. Amjad Khan, thanks, Mr. Ahmed Al-Fatah. Okay, okay. Only Mr. Amjad and Mr. Ahmed only with me. Mr. Firas, thank you. Mr. Gharib, Mr. Abu Mahdi, Mr. Renson. Okay, so firstly, why we do this risk hazard analysis, GHI, why? According to the requirements of ISO 45001, Occupational Health and Safety Management System. Okay, number two, why we do GHI, Job Hazards Analysis? According to the technical requirements of OSHA standard, and we said before, if you remember with me, for the our colleagues which take with me the OSHA standard 30 hours course, according to the OSHA, which is the federal regulation, okay, which is the number of this federal regulation is the 29. Okay, so if we go there, here for this, yes, here it is one of the publication of OSHA. Is one of the publication of OSHA is Job Hazard Analysis, which is OSHA 3071, revised at 2002. And it is Occupational Safety and Health Administration, which is Department of Labor OSHA standard. Okay, so it is one of the requirements of OSHA standard is job hazard analysis. So why we do job hazard analysis? According to two requirements. One is management system, ISO 45001. Another for a technical as requirements of OSHA. Okay. Here, anyone need this publication, please send it to me privately. I will send him by WhatsApp. Okay, if you need it, I will send it for you. Okay. Okay, so we will go here to enter our lecture. The first definition we need to know, what is a hazard? What is a hazard? A hazard according to the OSHA definition, a hazard is a potential for harm. A potential for harm. In practical terms, a hazard often is associated with a condition or activity that is, if left uncontrolled, can result in an injury or illness. Not only injuries, but also illness. Okay, it may be a short term or maybe long term. Illness, it is for a long term. Injury for a short term. Again, a hazard often is associated with a condition or activity that is, if left uncontrolled, can result in an injury or illness. See Appendix 2, I will show you in our lecture for a list of common hazards or description, identifying hazards and eliminating or controlling them as early as possible will be help prevent injuries and illness. And so we now we identify hazard. Okay, now are you build in your mind what is the meaning of hazard? Okay, as the hazard is different than risk. Okay, we will differentiate between them in next lecture. But now I want you to know what is the meaning of hazard. Hazard not existing. It is a potential. Okay, so when we deal with a hazard, we deal with a proactive way, not for existing hazards. Okay, please, are you agree with me? When we deal with a hazard, we deal by a proactive way. Okay, it is not for existing. Okay, it is a potential for harm. هو الخطر المحتمل، اللي بالعربي الخطر المحتمل، اللي هو لم يحدث ولكنه محتمل ان يحدث، اللي هو باللغه العربيه. Okay. Okay, please are you pay attention with me? Now we know what is the hazard. Please in chat write to me one is if you are agree with me. Okay, so we know now what is the hazard. Okay, what a job hazard analysis, which is we are agree that the abbreviation for this is GHI. A job hazard analysis is a technique. What is the meaning of job hazard analysis? Job hazard analysis is a technique that focuses on job tasks as a way to identify hazards. So the job hazard analysis technique to identify hazards before they occur. It focuses on the relationship between the worker, the tasks, the tools, and the work environment. Okay, it is a technique. It is focuses on job tasks, way to identify hazards, and focus in relationship between worker, tasks, tools, and work environment. Ideally, after identify and control the hazards, you will take steps to eliminate or reduce them to an acceptable risk level. So here, why they ask us not to eliminate at all? Maybe some tasks you cannot eliminate at all. Only reduce this hazard. You can't make elimination 100%, but you will reduce it to be acceptable risk. If you remember with me the lecture hazard materials, if you remember the lecture number 9 in our OSHA course, the hazards materials, we take the hierarchy of controls. If you remember this, I will remember you. And anyone need this lecture, I can send you the recorded video. I want to remember you this. Okay, if you remember with me the lecture number 9, hazards materials. This is the hierarchy of controlling physical hazards. This is the hierarchy of control: elimination, substitution, engineering controls, administrative control, and PPE, personal protective equipments. Please, anyone attended with me this course, please write to me one if you remember. Okay, Mr. Siyum, I see you by video, Mr. Siyum. If you remember, why you laughing, Mr. Firas? Why you are laughing, Mr. Riyad? Engineer Abdul Maboud, are you remember this? You passed the exam, Mr. Abdul Maboud. Okay. Okay, anyone did not attend this lecture, I can send for you the recorded video for this lecture. Okay, so let us complete. Now we know what is the hazard and what is the job hazard analysis. Okay, this is the, in order to remember you, this is the OSHA publication, OSHA 3071. Return to our lecture. Okay, let's complete. Introduction. Many workers are injured and killed at the workplace. Okay, every day. Practicing safety and health can add a value to your business, your job, and your life. You can help prevent workplace injuries and illness by analyzing the various job to write safe job procedure. Okay, how can we do this? Okay, how can we do this? It is only by a very simple technique, which is a brainstorming meeting. How can we do this? To this, you can collect your technicians, you can collect your engineers, you can collect all colleagues mentioned to one job only. Okay, how can we do this? Supervisors can use the findings of job hazard analysis to eliminate and prevent hazards in their workplaces. This is likely to result in fewer worker injuries and illnesses, safer, more effective work methods. Okay. واحد صديق ليا معانا في الكورس بيقول ايه كل شويه كده بدينا حته عربي. عينيا اعز الاصدقاء معايا. طيب reduced workers compensation costs. انا لما اعمل التحليل ده، لما اعمل تحليل المخاطر الوظيفه ده، بقلل تكاليف التعويض للعمال. طبعا العمال في الاوشا طبعا مطبقه في الولايات المتحده الامريكيه، واي عامل بيصاب او بيمرض بيبقى تكاليف علاجه او تكاليف التعويض بتاعته عاليه جدا. طيب so why we do this? It is result in a few worker injuries and illness, safer or more effective methods, reduce workers compensation costs, and increased worker productivity. Okay, this analysis can also be valuable tool for training for new employees in the steps required to perform their jobs safely. Okay, the first step in preparation or in preparing and to conduct job hazard analysis is to review all of the jobs in the workplace and make a list of those jobs that might require a job hazard analysis, GHI. The first step in order to conduct a job hazard analysis to review all of the jobs in the workplace. أول خطوة بعملها علشان أعمل الجوب هازارد أناليسيس، تحليل مخاطر الوظائف، إن أنا أبص على جميع الوظائف الموجودة في المكان. One question please. How can you review all the jobs in your workplace? By documents. How can you review? Please give me your ideas. زملائنا نركز مع بعض ازاي نعمل الخطوه الاولانيه اللي هي خطوه ان احنا نراجع كل الوظائف في المكان بتاعي. ازاي اعرف كل الوظائف اللي في المشروع بتاعي او في الشركه بتاعتي او الكلام ده كله؟ بالوثائق. ايه الوثائق اللي اروح ادور عليها الاقي فيها كل الوظائف مكتوبه؟ Okay, I ask you one question, please reply me. It is a brainstorming now. How can you review all jobs in your workplaces? Documentation, by documentation. In your project, in your organization, in your workplace. Please give me one or two documents you can find all jobs in your workplace. Our colleagues, how are you? Mr. Ian, I am waiting you. I'm waiting you. I see you. I see you laughing. I'm waiting you. يا مهندس غريب. يا مهندس غريب، ازاي تعرف جميع الوظائف اللي عندك في المشروع بتاعك او في الشركه بتاعتك؟ ايه الوثائق اللي لما تدور عليها تلاقي فيها الوظائف اللي عندك؟ يا مهندس احمد الباز، انجينير عبد السيوم، انجينير فراس، انجينير عبد المعبود. emergency plan. Emergency plan didn't have all job. Maybe it is one quality plan. You are near this. Okay, emergency didn't have all jobs in your workplace. Scope. You are near Mr. Ian. I will remember you. Quality plan. Okay, Mr. Gharib, you are near the correct answer. Mr. Ian, I remember you. I think you sent me one document from 2 days before. Okay, I think it is one of the solution. Organization chart, very good. The first document you will have the jobs في عقد المشروع. Very good Mr. Firas. Very good Mr. Firas. اوكي، اول حاجه الهيكل الوظيفي اللي موجود للشركه او للمشروع، الاورجانيزيشن تشارت. مستر فارس عصام، انا اسف مستر فارس، I'm sorry, I am very sorry Mr. Faris. Engineer Faris is a very good my friend in Dammam, is a very good safety man and quality man in Dammam. Thank you, Mr. Faris. Okay, so in the project contract, in the organization chart, another big one. When you ask the quality control, you ask him where is the job description. So we have organization chart and we have a job description for each one. Okay, each one of us have a job description. You should ask QC manager or QC officer. Okay, where is the job description? Okay, okay. Thanks, Mr. Faris. Thanks for all. Let's complete. Okay. What is the technique for us here? حاضر يا عم فارس، امرني يا عم فارس. حاضر. طيب مهندس فارس بيقول ان احنا محتاجين الزملاء باللغه العربيه ان احنا نستعين باللغه العربيه مع اللغه الانجليزيه. تحت امرك يا مهندس فارس. طيب get together, how can we will do this first step in preparing or conducting job hazard analysis? Number one, we will involve your employees. Get together with your employees and talk about the actual and the potential hazards and unsafe behaviors they believe might exist in their current work and surroundings. Discuss the possible accidents that might result from hazards and behaviors. النقطة الأولانية زي ما اتفقنا, we agree with the first. How can we do this? By brainstorming meeting, اللي هي جلسات العصف الذهني. حضرتك بتجمع الموظفين بتوعك، بتجمع زملائك في العمل، بتجمع الفريق اللي يخص وظيفة وتبدأ تقول ايه المخاطر اللي تتعلق بهذه الوظيفة. معايا؟ يبقى أول حاجة ان انت involve your employees. Involve your employees دي اللي هي requirements of OSHA. What is the meaning? What about the management system of ISO? It is the workers participation, إشراك العاملين. إذا مبدأ إشراك العاملين هو مبدأ مشترك سواء إداري أو فني ما بين الأوشا وبين الأيزو. So involve your employees. It is the concept in OSHA as a technical requirements, and the workers' participation is a management concept according to ISO 45001. Okay, next come up with the ideas to eliminate and control those hazards and behaviors. By the way, if you can eliminate or reduce hazards, don't wait until the job hazard analysis is conducted. Eliminate or reduce hazards as soon as possible. What is the meaning? Now you make a schedule for brainstorming meetings to make the job hazard analysis, but there are a very dangerous potential hazards. It should be eliminated. Please eliminate before you conduct this. يعني بالمعنى العربي زي ما بنقول كده، ما ينفعش اشوف مصيبه ممكن تحصل قريب معايا اقول لا والله ده انا لسه هعمل ان شاء الله اول ما اعمل الاجتماع بتاع تحليل المخاطر وخلص ابقى اشيل الخطر ده. لا اطلاقا. يجب انك تزيل الخطر ثم لانه خطر محتمل وقريب. معايا؟ يجب انك تزيل الخطر الاول ثم اعمل الاجتماعات اللي انت عاوزها، حل المخاطر بعد براحتك زي ما انت عاوز، ولكن تكنيكالي يجب انك تتخلص من الخطر اولا. اوكي؟ انا كلمت كتير صح؟ خلينا نشوف فيديو. Let us go to one simple video for 2 minutes. from Oregon faculty من University sorry. دي جامعة أوريجون بتعمل فيديوهات خاصة بالسيفتي. خلينا نشوف هم بيقولوا ايه في الجوب هازاردز اناليسيس. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Before you can create safer job procedures, you need to identify hazards that exist in your workplace. An effective way to do this is the job hazard analysis. This method can work well for jobs with hazards that are hard to eliminate, especially for ones that have a history of accidents or near misses. In essence, the job hazard analysis is a commonly used process that separates a job into a series of tasks to locate hazards. Let's take a closer look. To illustrate this, consider that a forklift operator not only operates a forklift, but may also do maintenance work, change the tires, load and unload materials, or change batteries or propane tanks. These are all tasks. After you've broken the job down into tasks, you need to evaluate each one to identify actual and potential hazards. In the forklift example, we have a number of potential hazards. Take changing the tires, for example. We need to find out if the mechanism he's using to jack up the forklift is working properly or needs to be serviced. Another point, is he wearing the proper personal protective equipment like safety glasses and gloves? Remember impact hazards in the first module. Is he positioning his body in such a way that he could be pinned against the ground if the jack failed? Involving employees who are directly involved with the task in your job hazard analysis can provide you with a better understanding of how the job is performed and help you implement safer job procedures once the hazards are discovered. You may also want to incorporate workers that aren't actively involved so you can get a fresh set of eyes. The analysis can also be used to train new employees in how to safely perform their jobs. Once you've pinpointed which jobs to analyze, you need to develop before you can create safer job.
Here, this video show us firstly, what is this? This is a forklift. It's okay. And what is this? This is the driver of the forklift. Okay. Firstly, we will take the job of the driver of the forklift. Okay. What is the main tasks of the driver of forklift? Firstly, loading and downloading and uploading the heavy materials or any materials. It's okay. Okay. One of these tasks, okay, to make a maintenance for a forklift like changing tires. Okay. So خلينا سريعا نتكلم بالعربي نقول طيب هو ده مين؟ ده سواق فوركليفت اللي هو سواق الكلارك. سواق الكلارك ده بيعمل ايه؟ بيسوق الكلارك، بيرفع وبينزل وبيحمل وبينزل بضايع، صح كده؟ طيب واحده من المهام اللي موجوده لسواق الفوركليفت او سواق الكلارك ان هو يغير العجلات، واحنا مش هنعين واحد مخصوص يغير العجلات، اللي هو القيام باعمال الصيانه للفوركليفت. So firstly, what is the job? What is the main tasks of the job? Okay, all of this you will find it in the job description. انت هتلاقي كل الكلام ده في الوصف الوظيفي لسائق الكلارك. تمام؟ And we will take every main task in order to subdivide it in small tasks. اللي هي how can he change the tire? Okay? How can he change the tire? He will make firstly stop forklift and upload this forklift, change the tire, replace a new one. Okay. Each one of step you will make analysis for hazards here. Okay, how can what in each subdivided of these tasks have a hazard. So we will identify this hazard and we will evaluate this hazard, and we will how can we control this hazard. اوكي هنعمل ايه؟ هنقسم هذه الاخطار، نقسمها الى ايه؟ هنقسمها الى مهام، انا اسف، نقسم المهام الكبيره الى مهام صغيره، ونقول ان كل مهمه منها، كل خطوه من الخطوات each step لابد نحلل لها الخطر بتاعها، ونقول ازاي نقيمه ثم ازاي نتحكم فيه. Some of these hazards can be controlled by PPE, clothes, gloves, helmet. Okay. Some of these need engineering control. Some of these need substitution. All of these controls we can implement it. Okay. Please, if you with me, please write to me one. If you are agree with me until now, please write to me one. الزملاء معانا المتحدثين باللغه العربيه ارجو ان يقولوا لو الامور واضحه، ارجوكم بلغوني او اكتبوا لي واحد، او واضحه بالعربي في اي غموض او في اي لبس ارجوكم اكتب لي اعيد النقطه اللي المطلوبه يعني. مهندس احمد طيب ممتاز ممتاز ممتاز. مستر فارس مشكور يا مهندس فارس، مشكور مهندس فارس، مهندس عبد المعبود، مهندس ايان، مهندس غريب. اوكي اوكي ليتس كومبليت. اوكي بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تمام يا هندسه، نورنا مهندس محمد. طيب بسم الله. نرجع لي نرجع للعرض بتاعنا. طيب نكمل سريعا مع حضراتكم. طيب what is the job hazard analysis format? In this webinar we will use a very simple process and format for developing a job hazard analysis. The table below shows the basic layout of the form. Okay. We will be using. We will fill the columns later as we cover each topic. We will see a great variety of the job hazard analysis forms to use by various companies. انت ممكن تلاقي اشكال متعدده من الجوب هازارد اناليسيس، مش لابد كل شركه تلتزم بشكل واحد او رتم واحد. اوكي، لكن انت الاساس عندك ثلاث عمود او 3 كولمز اللي هو اللي احنا هنتكلم عليهم، لان ده احنا هنتكلم على ابسط شكل من اشكال تحليل مخاطر الوظائف. As you can see below, the job hazard analysis format includes the job description and the 3 columns. Job description and the 3 columns. Basic job step, hazards, possible injuries, and preventive measures. Here, you will write the job title here. What is the basic job step, hazards, possible injuries, and preventive measures. Okay, and here, what is the safe job procedure. Okay, we finish the first one, the introduction. We will go to our identification hazards and behaviors. Okay, hazards and behaviors. So the hazards, it is from the surroundings in the workplaces, and the behaviors from the human being. المخاطر المحتملة هي مخاطر تخص بيئة العمل، وبيهيفيرز سلوكيات العاملين. لأن معظم أو بعض هذه المخاطر قد تكون مش مخاطر محتملة من الآلة أو الوسط العمل اللي أنت بتشتغل فيه، قد تكون خطر من سلوكيات خاطئة من العاملين. During the job review process, focus on identifying hazards, conditions, and unsafe behaviors. Remember, it takes hazards and exposure to the hazard before an accident can occur. So it makes sense to look for them during the review. Sources to help identify hazards, conditions, and unsafe behaviors include safety data sheet, safety committee reports, maintenance reports, safety inspection, and accident investigation reports, and existing work procedure. طيب انا بستخدم ايه علشان اقول ان احنا قلنا ان احنا متفقين هنعمل ازاي الجوب هازارد اناليسيز؟ هناخد العمال بتوعنا او المهندسين بتوعنا او زملائنا المتعلقين بهذه الوظيفه ونعمل برين ستورمنج اللي هو عصف ذهني. طيب انا وانا بعمل العصف الذهني ده هستعمل بعض الوثائق اللي انا ممكن ارجع لها او تساعدني في الكلام ده او تساعدني في التعرف على المخاطر. زي ايه؟ السيفتي داتا شيت، الاس دي اس اللي هي الخاصه بكل ماده انا بستعملها، اللي هي الشيتس الخاصه بالسلامه، بيانات السلامه لكل ماده، ودي شرحناها بالتفصيل في هازارد كوميونيكيشن الليكتشر نمبر 8 خدناه في دوره الاوشا. اللي محتاجه احنا نبعت له الفيديو مسجل ان شاء الله. خلاص. السيفتي داتا شيت، السيفتي كوميتي ريبورتس، الناس بتوع السلامه بيعملوا اجتماعات او لجنه السلامه ليها تقارير دوريه. لو خدنا التقارير الدوريه دي ممكن نستغلها في تحليل مخاطر وظائف. المينتيننس ريبورتس اللي هي تقارير الصيانه. السيفتي انسبكشن اند اكسيدنت انفستيجيشن ريبورتس اللي هي التقارير الخاصه بتحقيقات او تحريات الحوادث والسلامه. طيب وايه تاني؟ والورك بروسيجرز اللي هي اجراءات العمل اللي هي في حد ذاتها نراجع الاجراء بخطواته، وهذا الاجراء نقول ايه المخاطر في كل خطوه من الخطوات. Again, what is the sources help us to identification for identification hazards conditions and unsafe behaviors. Number one, safety data sheets, safety committee reports, maintenance reports, safety inspections and accident investigation reports, and existing work procedure. So this number two, identify hazards and behaviors. And hazards, if hazards that pose an immediate danger to employees' life or health exist, take immediate action to protect the worker, and any problems that can be corrected easily should be corrected as soon as possible. زي ما قلنا الاصل انك تصحح اي خطا محتمل قبل اجتماعات وقبل التقارير وقبل اي اوراق. اوكي safety first. Safety actual safety before documentation, before meetings, before anything, as soon as possible eliminate or reduce hazards. Okay. Behaviors. What is behaviors? Here some jobs may require potentially high risk behaviors that should be identified in a job hazard analysis. High risk behaviors that might increase the probability and severity of an injury or illness include lifting, lowering, pushing, pulling, and other manual handling operations. Use a bridge, cranes, man lifts, or other heavy equipment. Working on or near energized equipment or components. Operating vehicles like trucks or forklifts. Working with a confined space or under temperature extremes. طيب السلوكيات هنا فين؟ احنا قلنا ان بعض الوظائف بتحتاج السلوكيات قد تكون خطره، والنقطه دي لابد نوضحها في جوب هازارد اناليسيس. بعض السلوكيات الخطره هنا البيهيفيرز هنا ممكن تزيد، طبعا اي خطا في العمل ده ممكن يزيد probability احتماليه. again probability or likelihood اللي هي الاحتماليه. السيفيريتي اللي هي الشده بتسمى severity or consequences. اوكي. فاي خطا او اي سلوك خاطئ يزيد من احتماليه او شده المخاطر، زي اعمال اللي هي الليفتنج واللورنج اللي هو اعمال كل ما هو الهاندلنج التداول، اعمال التداوله، او اللي هو استخدام الكرينز اللي هي الرافعات، او اللي هو التعامل مع اجهزه ذات شحنه عاليه، او التعامل مع الفورك ليفت التراكس اللي هي الشاحنات والكلاركات، او العمل في الكونفايند سبيسز اللي هي المناطق المغلقه او المناطق اللي تتعرض لدرجات حراره عاليه. اوكي. before go to the number 3, we take the topic number 1 in the introduction. How can we what is the job, what is the hazard, and what is the hazard job hazard analysis. And number 2 identifying hazards and behaviors. Number 3 conduct a risk analysis. Please, before to go to the topic number 3, are you agree with me? Please, if you are agree and pay attention to me, please write to me one. طيب ابو مهدي هنا بيسال ايه هي الخطوات اللازمه لتحديد الاخطار. طيب زي ما قلنا ابو مهدي، احنا قلنا الاول هنعمل حصر بالوظائف، ثم هناخد وظيفه نعمل لها تحليل لمهام كل وظيفه، ثم ناخد كل مهمه ونقول ايه هي الخطر المحتمل لهذه الوظائف المهمه، وكيف نقيمه وكيف نتحكم فيه. احنا حاليا لسه بنتكلم على، لسه ما بدأناش، احنا قلنا بس المبادئ العامه. الكوندكت ريسك اناليسيس. ازاي بقى هناخد الريسك اناليسيس اهو اللي انت بتسال عنه بالتحديد هنتكلم فيه دلوقتي معايا، اللي هو الايفالويت، التحديد. الخطوه الاولانيه قلنا هنقسم كل وظيفه لمجموعه من المهام. تسلم يا ابو مهدي. الخطوه الثانيه ان احنا هنعمل ايفالويشن، اللي هو هنعمل ريسك اناليسيس. اوكي. طيب طيب دلوقتي الساعه 11 now it is 11:07. if you need 10 minutes for coffee break, it's okay. if you need to continue, write to me. Continue C, break B. Please write to me by chat. B or C. B break 10 minutes or C continue. Please write to me. P or C. B break, C continue. B break. B break. Break. Mr. Firas and Mr. Faris. Break. Okay. So we will take inshallah 10 minutes only for break, coffee break. Mr. غريب break. انت لسه شارب يا مهندس غريب. المهندس احمد الباز قال لي انك عملت شاي خلاص. اقعد انت قدام الكاميرا احرص لنا الويبينار لغايه ما نرجع. طيب خلاص خلينا ناخد بريك 10 دقائق ونرجع تاني. انا هستاذنكم هقفل الويبينار عشان التسجيل ما يبقاش كبير. هقفل الويبينار. I will close the webinar for 10 minutes for recording the first part of the lecture, and we will return inshallah 11:20. Thank you. هنرجع 11:03 ان شاء الله. السلام عليكم ورحمه الله وبركاته. الله يعطيك العافيه يا مهندس احمد. الله يعطيك العافيه. السلام عليكم.